I've just read the most gripping book and I really want to share it with you. Hello guys and welcome to English class. In today's video we're going to be looking at how to write a review in Advanced Part 2. In this test guys, with writing a review, here we're going to write between 220 to 260 words. How do you know whether to meet this word count or not? Well, I recommend practicing first of all. Take your pen and paper and write between this margin. Then see how much of the page that you've taken up. So when it comes to sitting the exam or writing your review, you don't have to spend so much time counting every word. Rather, you can just judge how much of the paper you've taken up. Okay, so this is not going to be such a formal style. We're writing a review with the intention of entertaining yet informing the reader. By doing this, we hope that this reader can make an informed decision about the product or place or the service. So we may be asked to review things such as restaurants, films, books, websites, products or services, and even hotels. So with whatever you are reviewing, it's very important you are specific with the information you provide to the reader. We have to look to use some good adjectives, some descriptive language, and also we have to tailor our writing to the reader. And how do we know who we are writing to? Well, this will be found in the task. We can identify who we're writing to. It's very important that you're not too biased with your writing. For example, if you don't like science fiction books, it's very important you don't say, "I hate science fiction books," because the reader may love science fiction books. The reader is not really going to get a good insight into the book that you're writing about. Rather, a very muddled, faded, biased one actually. So, all in all guys, the reader has to be entertained, informed from a non-biased standpoint, use descriptive language with good use of adjectives, so the reader can make up their own mind. Without further ado, let's look at one of the possible structures we could use to write our review. Now, first of all, the title. This should be written with the intention of informing the reader from the get-go, from minute one. So imagine you're reviewing a book. You could write the book name, for example, The Body, by Stephen King. So you have the title of the book, by, and then the author. If you were reviewing a hotel, you could write the name of the hotel, or something catchy, or something that tells the reader from minute one that you're going to be reviewing a hotel. Paragraph 1. This is when we describe what the thing we are reviewing is about, be it a product, be it a place, or be it a service. You could start by using a very good advanced structure, which is a rhetorical question. You could start by saying, "Have you ever," etc. Or, "Did you realize that?" And then our next line could be, "It," which is the product, place or service you are reviewing, "it offers," and then go into a bit of detail about what it gives the user or reader. Paragraph 2. This is going to be our first body paragraph where we describe details of your experience with the product or the thing that we are reviewing. You could start by saying something like, "Frankly speaking, comma, I particularly enjoyed," and then you tell the reader what you really did enjoy with the film or book or whatever. So we're giving the reader a positive aspect of what we enjoyed about this product. In contrast, we could then bring in a negative aspect or something that we didn't really enjoy, and you could write, "The biggest disappointment was," and then you enlighten the reader on something that you wasn't really too fond of or you didn't like. And then last but not least is the fourth paragraph. This is the conclusive part of the writing. Now remember, in this conclusive part, we want to give our opinion and recommendation. So we could start with a very nice opening sentence using something like, "In the light of my experience, comma, I suggest," and then you suggest something. And then even more could be, another line could be, "I wholeheartedly," it's nice, right? "I wholeheartedly recommend," and then add another recommendation or something that you suggest that the reader do. or think. Now, without further ado, let's look at an example that we're going to tackle together. Here we're going to review a restaurant. So my title is in relation to the restaurant. It is Family Food for the Senses. Hopefully the reader is getting the idea now that it was a restaurant or something to do with gastronomy at least. Paragraph 1 goes as such. Have you ever sat down in a family-run restaurant boasting authentic Italian cuisine? Scola la Pasta, which is the name of the restaurant, offers a wide range of, and then if you like you can go into describing what the restaurant had to offer. Second paragraph, the first body paragraph, I've started with a present participle. Again, if you don't know what this is, it's a very good advanced structure to include in your writings. Having dined with a reservation, I believe this was the most suitable decision as the restaurant appeared to be fully booked. Perfect, and you can add a little bit more talking about why the person, the reader, reading the review, should use, or should go rather, to this restaurant. Paragraph 3, this is where we're going to describe the details of your experience. So we could start by saying, frankly speaking, I particularly enjoyed the delicious oven-baked pizza with its thin, crispy crust. Sounds delicious, right? Another sentence we've included is, the biggest disappointment at Scola la Pasta was the unjustifiably high price of, and then you go on a little bit further to explain something that you wasn't really keen on. Maybe the desserts or the drinks menu was too expensive. The fourth and final paragraph, here we're going to give opinions and recommendations, remember. So we could say, in the light of my experience, I suggest to anyone interested in enjoying authentic Italian food in a traditional Italian atmosphere that they book in advance or that they go with family because they would have a great experience dining at this family-run restaurant. And then another line could be in the conclusion, I wholeheartedly recommend this restaurant to those who wish to immerse themselves in the traditional Italian way of dining, for example. But that was just a structure that you could follow in writing your review for part 2 of the advanced. Why don't you put your hand now to having a go at writing a review with this example task. The magazine published by your school's English club is asking students to exchange information about non-fiction books they have enjoyed reading in English. Write a review of a non-fiction book you have read, saying what you learnt from it and encouraging others to read it. I'm also going to leave an image now of some useful phrases that you could use. And also some useful vocabulary that you could look to use in your review writing. So that's pretty much it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so. And if you have any questions or queries, please leave a comment in the comment section below. So goodbye for now. See you in the next one.